Hello, hello. Welcome back to TwoCrazyShuckers Creations. Today, I've been experimenting the past few days. I'm sorry if you can hear my printer going in the background. I'm working on some orders for our Etsy shop. But today I wanted to show you these cute little flower magnets that I have been adding to free gifts. I got this set of molds from Walmart. It was like a really odd place. So these are going to be the free gift with purchase for somebody in the next order. Let me go turn my TV down real fast. Sorry about that. I don't want to get copyrighted for listening to somebody else's YouTube video. Let me get all my lights going here. For some reason, I didn't have them all on. Ooh, what a difference they make. So this mold set, let me see, where's the unopened one? Let me see if I can find it. I'm not sure where it is. But anyway, I'll put a link to the Walmart order. As you can see, there are several different styles that come in the mold. That one looks just like that one. Maybe it's just 3 different styles that come in there. It is. It's 3 different styles that come in the packaging. I think they're about $7 for these molds. Now, the one thing I did notice moving it in and out of the light, the UV light, that I did need some, something sturdy to put it on. So what I chose to do was to use the pre-dyed for the little center from Let's Resin. It's very, very simple, quick and easy. You just want to color in that center. I think I'm going to just do one to a time and show you each one. As you can see, that is a huge bubble. So I'm going to put that in the lamp for just a moment. And while that is curing for a moment, I'm going to mix up the resin that I plan to do the flower with. I have found they use about, how many ounces is that? I don't know. I don't know if this says ounces. About 1/4 of an ounce. We're going to start with that. And with this one, I think I'm going to try, I want to use this Gauge Green. We are now an affiliate with Eye Candy Pigments. And we have a discount code, TwoCrazyShuckers. There's a link in our description. I seen this on social media and then I had to get it. I love this color. So that is solid enough for what we're doing. Turn the lamp off. Now, one thing I have found with eye candy is that not only does it mix in well, but you don't get a bunch of lumps. This is the Gauge Green, and we're going to get that mixed. As you can see, the way that they mix in is very smooth, and there's always this little, I don't know, not a color shift, but there seems to always be a little sparkle in the background that makes it, I don't know, maybe if I stand up I can show it better. Sorry about the printer in the background. So let's move this up. Let's put our UV resin over here. Here's what I found. I tried the first one and I poured the whole thing and it did not cure. So I have found the best way is very thin layers with these. So what I do, I've not used this one yet, so I'm not sure of it, where the petals are. I'm going to move my resin over to the side because I don't want it to get cured. But I'm going to make sure that I run my little tool down into those petals so that we don't have any air bubbles. Just wherever it filled to. And there's, in this mold, there are several layers of tiny petals. This one held a lot less than the others have in the past. Get a diaper wipe and baby wipe. Now I'm just going to let that cure like that, and then I'm going to start on getting another one ready to go. So on this one, let's use this. I think that's the same one we're using. Let's use this mold. And this one, I am going to color black as well. I do like the black center. I tried the white, as you've seen, but I really like the blue. This is the UV, Let's Resin UV black tinted. I also have the white, but for these centers, I've been enjoying the black. I'll spray my baby wipe just a little bit. So that it has some alcohol, because I can see I'm making a bit of a mess here. Now, with eye candy, you can either get these jars, but also they just had a special on where it was Dirty 30, I think. And they pick the colors for you, which I found to be really cool because it gave me colors that I might not have chose myself. Like Peace Lily, I've already used that in some little turtle studs. Of course, blues. I would always pick blues. But there was orange in there. I mean, they have so many beautiful colors. I like the yellows. I might do one in yellow. The purple is pretty. I've used that. I love the blues. Ocean blue. Okinawa blue is pretty. Senshi red. I don't have that one. Glimmer Ghost blue. I think I have a big jar of that. Anyway, you get the hint. I put these in a bag because I did order some of the bags. I don't know what size these bags are. Maybe 5 gram, maybe 10 gram. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Okay, so as you can see, this is fully hardened. So now I want to take my mixture again, and I want to just do a small layer, and I want to make sure it goes into all the petals tips. Just moving it around. That pretty much filled this one. This one is a lot more shallow of a mold than the others. And there aren't so many petals. So now that I've made sure that I've got that down in, so that I don't have air bubbles in the tips. I think these are great little magnet options. You could sell them in sets. You know, you might drill them to make a keychain. You might add them to your bigger projects. I am going to add just a little bit more because this one did not hold as much. Maybe it's because the center was larger. But I kind of want to, I don't want to dome it. Oh, that went right down the side. But I do want to make sure that I have it filled level to the top. And again, I'm going to kind of give that a little bit of a flame, and then I'm going to swirl it just a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to see the swirl, but I am going to check those tips again. This color may not have been a great color. That may be a poor choice on my part. Okay, then we're going to dig this one out. Now, with that extra bit of resin, I am going to just add it to my heart mold, which I'm going to lay over here to the side. And then what I'm going to do is just make an extra heart with any extras I have left over. So they'll all swirl together. And then I add a magnet to these, and I put them with the orders as well. That almost filled that. Wow, I was way off on that one. So that one, I'm going to let the cup cure right with the flower. And I'm just going to move that to the side where it can sit for a moment. Now on this one, I think I'm going to choose, I don't know. I can't think of a color right off the top of my head. I'm going to go with a little bit less resin. Let me see if one of these reds are open. I believe I've used this one already. I have not. Interesting. Ooh, that's a pretty color, and definitely not something that I would choose. Actually, I did choose this. I think I seen this in Michelle from Easel Does It. I think she had that color. And I was kind of, I'm not drawn to reds and pinks at all. I like blues, greens. I don't mind purple. So as you can see, that color is quite opaque. There's not any translucent. So we're going to have to make sure we do it in very small layers. Let me make sure I'm in frame. And on today's video, I'm only going to try to do a couple so that I can show you how I finish the back of these, because I do add little magnets. And as you can see, that's a very, very thin layer. But what I'm going to do is add a little bit more and let it run down into baby wipe. I just want to make sure whatever layer amount I put in there, that it's going to cure under that UV light. So it's very important to me that I do a layer that I'm comfortable will cure. See, as you could see, there would have been a bubble right there. Kind of filled it in. You know, this mold is really cute once it comes out. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. But you really have to watch what you're doing. Now it doesn't, I haven't seen any separation at all in the layers. So I don't worry about that too much. I just fill it in as I go. Now I'm going to, oh, I forgot to. I'm going to run that for 2 more minutes. Crack my cup. I love cracking the cups and tearing the thing out. I don't do anything with it. Okay, maybe I'll make a third one. What was the other one? I think that's the one I'm doing right now. So let's do this one. Let me get out one of my handy dandy. Oh yeah, that one looks great. You know, the little, I don't know what those are for really. I guess it says on the package. I think they're for stamping. It's a stamping block. This is a little acrylic square. I personally like it for use with my resin. And I'm going to stick that in there. Now, on the next one, I really want to use this Oh Hi Blue. Which I haven't used yet. So, ooh, I don't want to drop that down in there. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Oh, wow. Get my knife off really quick. Get it put away. Ooh, yeah, I like that color. Some resin out for this flower. Like I said, about 1/4 ounce, give or take. And I do love these little short. For what I do with UV, these work really well. It is not going to take much of that color. So, gonna mix that in. Ooh-wee, I love that color. Ooh, I'm gonna have to make some earrings with that. I'm sorry about the lack of videos. I'm hoping maybe throughout the summer to get one a week. And then possibly, you know, after the summer is out, because I'll have my grandson home, and then my other grandson will be coming with me a couple days a week. So that's going to make any kind of video making kind of tough. But I'm going to try to get one a week. And then after, when they go back to school in August, I am going to shoot for maybe 2 to 3 videos a week. We shall see. And then, you know, once August is over, then it's back to market season for Christmas and fall. Market season has been busy this year. We typically have not done many in the spring, and probably next year we will cut it back to a couple. The weather in Tennessee has not been very forgiving this year. Not forgiving at all. So we've had a couple that we've had to reschedule. They're coming up. I'm going to put that in the lamp. I'm going to grab that one out. I think it will be ready to demold. Put that back in. Let's see what we have here. Oh, that's a cute little mold. Oh, wow. How cute. Oh, I like the black center. I'm glad I stuck with the black. See, it's like a 3D. So I'm going to show you how I finish the back and how I attach the magnet. But for now, I'm going to put that one up there. I'm going to put these molds here to the side. Try to keep the same ones together. I never fault curing it a little longer when I can in the mold. So while others are curing, I just continue on curing the rest. So I'm out of frame again. I need to put that to the side and that to the side. We've had a very rainy, slow start to spring here in the south. It's not been very warm, and it's been very wet. Rain every week. No bad thunderstorms and no, you know, intense storms like that, but the rain is not fun. Ooh, I gotta make sure that's up under that lip right there. This is the back side of the flower, so, you know, I don't worry about it. But I do want my petals without air bubbles, so I want to make sure I get them filled in really well. Again, another thin layer. As you can see, as my resin has sat over there, my UV resin, it has degassed, and a lot of the bubbles are gone out of it, which is great. I thought for sure I was going to use these for possibly keychains, but it worked out that they were maybe a little too small. I'm going to do another thin layer of the blue. Now I might have to add a little bit of resin to that because this one is taking a little bit more. I'm going to go in those petals again. Just go around and around. These little acrylic squares are great because they allow you to move the silicone. This silicone mold would stick to the silicone mat, and it would be hard to move it around. So they really help with the mobility of your mold as much as being convenient, lifting it in and out of the light. Now we do have the Let's Resin curing light here, but today I'm just using my regular two-sided, double-sided lamp. I do like it. It works well. And that's why these acrylic blanks work great, because they are clear and see-through, so it allows the light to pass through. And they work great with your, UV resin. I am trying to push into these petals back here that don't have as much in them, just so that I might get it full all the way. That one's a very deep petal right there. I'm just going to pull it back a little bit, kind of push the resin into places. Yeah, like right there. Needs some resin. They're definitely a multi-layered mold, which is cute. Well, hopefully my head wasn't in the way. Sorry if it was. So you're basically getting the idea, though. It's a matter of layers upon layers and just working each layer until you get the mold full. I don't want to overfill. And one thing I noticed I had to do on one of the molds is like it wasn't level. So I had to kind of slide this underneath it while it was in the lamp, which I'll make sure I do that again, because this mold doesn't seem to be level on the back side for some reason. Now I'm just going to make sure we don't have any air bubbles along the edge of this. As you can see, this color is really pretty too. Not a color I would go for normally. And you don't want to overfill them because you're going to back them as well. So you want to make sure that, you have enough room to do your sanding and everything. I'm going to leave the blue over here for a moment. As you can see, we got a bunch of bubbles right there. I am going to put red on one side, and what blue I have, I'll put on the other side. I'm just gonna, for now, just pour it into the mold. Scrape out my cup as best I can. And I'm not getting any resin on my hands. As I've stated in the past, for me and my journey in resin, it works better if I do not use gloves. I am more allergic to the gloves than the resin. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here, I think I'm going to add just a drop or two of resin into my cup to make sure that I have enough. Because this little mold seems to have taken more than the others did. And I'm out of frame again. These are great. I mean, you could sell these in little sets of 3 and 4 magnets. I think that would be a cute idea. I'm not going to have any blue left for my heart. Actually, I need a little bit more because my mold isn't full. So I'm just going to use what's left of, the trace amount of color that I have left in the cup. Scrape right there. I'm not going to add any more powder. I'm just going to, down the side. I'm going to wipe that up. I don't like a mess. Okay. That looks filled pretty good. I'm just going to go around and check all the petals again to make sure I don't have air bubbles. See that right there? Don't want bubbles. I feel like that show, about to date myself. You remember there was a show that used to be on? I was on when I was a kid, I think. Big Money, No Whammies. Okay. Okay, got all the bubbles out of that one. So I'm going to set that one up in the lamp. I'm going to check this one over, which it looks good, but I'm going to set it for a couple more minutes. I'm going to bring my heart mold down just because I have a little bit of blue here to swirl in till I'm full here. I'm almost full. And then I'll dig out my portable cordless lamp to cure this over on the side, but I'm going to put that up there. I'm going to wipe that up right there just so that I don't get it on my hands. I'm going to move that out of the way. Now, one thing I am going to do, I think I'm going to add a little bit of white dots. There we go. I won't be doing anything with finishing this today, but I'm just going to swirl this. Probably be prettier on the back than it is on the front, but that's okay. And your baby wipe. And I'll cure that over to the side. I will demold and show you that one though, once it's done. But I'm going to start the cure for that one over there with this lamp is great. Because when you're doing several projects at once, it can be very helpful. I forgot to turn this lamp on. And I am going to put you on a quick pause. I'm going to clean up my workspace here a little bit. And I will be right back with you. Okay. Welcome back. So these have completely cured. Need to bring them out, and the heart, while I'm molding these or demolding these, I am going to put this little, which I can't stand, put this little heart mold up here so both sides can get cured. Stick this over here. So let's start with this little red one. See how it came out. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, there's a little air bubble right there. But that's okay. See the little air bubble? It's still super cute. Okay, let's stick that one over there. And then let's do the blue one. Okay. Oh, I am in love with that blue. Oh, there's a huge air bubble right there. And there's one right there. Bummer. You see those? I'm not sure I can clip that and make it look right or not. Wow, I love that. So, I'm probably only going to finish. Where's the air bubble on this one? It's right there. So unfortunately, I'm not going to use this one. There's just too many air bubbles. You know, there's a big chunk right there. And then I was missing a chunk somewhere else. Right there's missing a chunk. So I don't think I'm going to use that one at all. We're going to chalk that up to a dud. But I have to tell you, it is cured all the way. Yes, it takes layers, but excuse me, it's a good cured product. So we'll leave that one there for now. Maybe I'll find something to do with it. Let me see what I can do about this air bubble in this one. Where is the air bubble? I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I'll just nip it a little bit. I'm not happy with that one at all either. You can't really see the air bubble. Anyway, I still think I'm going to make it into a magnet. So here's what I do. I make sure to get any rough edges. Because at the end of the day, even though this is a free gift, I still want it to look nice. I still want it to be a finished product. And sand this one. Do you know that this one I have made 3 times and I have not gotten it right either time? And I apologize again for my printer going in the back. That's my sublimation printer. I am working on some car coasters and some new wind spinner designs. If you're ever interested in what we offer, you can always follow the link to our Etsy shop. We are going to be starting a Memorial Day sale, which will be 15% off. So you might want to do a little shopping. Everything in the shop is always on sale when we do a sale. Oh, that's a bummer about that blue one. It's also a bummer about this one. I don't mind the back of that. And I have to search for that bubble every time. I'm wondering if I take my deburring tool and I just pull it on the other side of the bubble, if I'm not making it look worse. Where's that knife of mine? Oh, I just had it. I had the packages come. So there's that little ornery thing right there. I'm just gonna pull that over it. And then I'm just gonna touch it up with a little bit of UV resin and a toothpick. So let me see. I think I'm gonna use some hard type from Let's Resin. Oh, that stuff is gloopy. I am gonna take and clean off the area so it does stick well. Oh, it's right there. I'm gonna clean off the back while I'm no sense in wasting the wipe. Now I can't even see where the air bubble was. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna take a toothpick and I'm just gonna go over that area and fill it in ever so gently. And I'm just gonna smoosh it out a little bit so it kind of blends with the texture of the flower. Technical term there, smoosh it out a little bit. I just want it to be quite level. Then for a little quick cure, I'm just gonna use my Let's Resin. This comes in, they have a little kit that comes with like a bonding we use to do our studs. And I'm just gonna stick that up. Well, I'm not gonna do it right this second. Let's see what the heart came out looking like. Just stand up to demold this. The back looks weird. The front is not good at all. I went too far in with my tool. But that's okay. It's a perfect little thing for my refrigerator. Now I'm going to send that one up there and let it cure. I'm going to get all of these things put away so that we have a nice clean area to work with. And I'm going to wipe this one off where I sanded it, just so that I can show you how we how we add the magnet. Okay. Let's get a baby wipe and get all this. I should have used my little vacuum. I keep forgetting about that thing. I bet it would work good for that dust, because now that dust is kind of everywhere. I don't know what that is. I have to check that, I guess. Again, we have a discount code for eye candy. We have a discount code for Let's Resin. They will all be linked in the description. And I will do my best to remember to link the mold that I got off Amazon. Walmart. I'm going to put a little piece of double stick tape on here, and I'm going to hold that. Nope, it's not going to stick to it. I just want it to be level. Nope, it's not going to stay level. I got this off Amazon, these little containers, and I do like this size for them. There comes with several sizes, and it also comes with these 3M. I use the larger size on our hearts, the backs of our hearts. I haven't really used those little ones, but these are really good magnets. Okay, let's see how this came out. Hey, that works pretty good. Air bubble gone. And I just kind of matched the thing, but there's your air bubble fix. So then I'm going to turn this one over as well. And it is ready to be backed as well. Now this part is by no means rocket science. I'll do this one first. I just put a very, very thin coat. I get to my outside edge as best as I can, moving the piece and concentrating. Can you hear me concentrating? I want it to look finished. I want it to have a nice finish. Even though it's the back, I still want it to be, you know, not ugly. I need to wipe my tool off here. It's got a piece of fuzz hanging on it, because I've used it so much this morning. And I'm just gonna use the silicone side and move that to the edge without going over. A nice little doming coat or back coat. And it will level out on its own. You just might have to work with it to get it to the edges fully. I have no idea what's playing on my TV right now. It's something the TV plays when it's, you know, just not the screensaver. Like, I don't know why my screensaver's not playing anymore. Okay, then I'm going to get out my little light again. I'm going to take the there's a magnet in the end of that light, so it stuck right to it. Just going to take my magnet and ever so gently drop it. Rocket science. Then I'm just going to get that so it's being held in place and not sliding all over, because it will it will slide to the edges. So that's all I'm trying to do is just cure around there so that it's still. Once I know that it's still, it can go up in the lamp. Then we'll work on this one. This back looks really challenging. Looks like there's a lot of petals and fussiness. Let me wipe my bottle off here. Okay, got our magnet ready. Now you could use some type of adhesive and adhere it, but for me, I already am doing a back coat on mine, so I figured that was kind of the perfect time to add a magnet, and then it's cured right into the resin. I don't know if I showed that on the ones that I made for the customer order. I'm keeping this in a very light coat on this one because there are so many petals on the back here, and some are small and very spiky. So I put very little resin to move around. And I just want to put each one to the edge. I'm going to turn the lamp off for a minute because it's trying to cure my resin. Sure is. Okay, I'm going to put a little heat to it and then start moving it around a little bit more. Kind of reanimates the resin a little bit. I am going to put a little bit more of a dollop. Let it just level out on its own. Man, got a lot of fuzzies today. Okay. As you can see, it's nicely back coated all over. That one right there isn't so nice because it started to cure. I'm just going to pull that resin over top of it. Yikes. You do what's best for you. You put a magnet on, whatever works for you. I just like how this cures. See that little magnet slide all over? Let's get the right end. So there, stuck now, and it's curing. I'm gonna put both of those in. Clean up my mess here a little bit. Make sure everything's wiped off. Unfortunately, that blue one, I don't think I'm gonna mess with fixing it because the holes are just, the bubbles are just too deep. But I do love that color combination, that black center with that blue, which was Oh Hi by Eye Candy. I mean, it's something that could always probably, I'm going to hang on to it because I am planning to make some coasters, and I could put it inside of the coasters. You know, that's what I'm thinking anyway with those. I have got something stuck on my tray right there, and it's bothering me. If you can't tell, bugging me half to death. There we go. I would say that that is resin. Woo! That knife wants to get me every chance it gets. It is not my friend. Okay. So those are cured. We have this one with the black center, and that is Gauge Green. Super pretty. And then the next one is, no, I don't think that's the one we used. Baku Red. And there you have it. our little magnets, and your magnet is set right in your thing, in your magnet, and it cures right on. Well, it won't stick to that for some reason, because I guess it's like opposing. Oh, well, that one sticks. There you have it, and it sticks really nice. That one will not stick. Isn't that strange? Yeah, I guess it does. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Our next video, we will be back with some earrings. So have a great day. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We're really trying to grow our channel. And please follow any of the links below to shop in our Etsy or to shop with any of our affiliates. Have a great day. Bye.